Hey, welcome back to another tutorial. This time I'm going to go over the SimpleAwayIndicator. This is the component which is used to make yourself look away when you go away. Let's start by talking about what I mean by away, just so that we're clear, and then we can move on. So when you change between worlds, so if I enable my private UI right now, I still use the legacy world switcher, but you can also use the new world switcher in the worlds browser. I'm just using this for simplicity. When you change between worlds, so here if I went from desert meeting space down to my home world, I would be considered away in desert meeting space. And you'll notice that, it's often called shelling out or going AFK, etc. You'll notice that most default avatars will, when they go AFK, they'll turn this sort of translucent gray material that clearly makes it look like they're away. A lot of people have customized their away material for some sort of comedic effect or because they want to, have some, visual difference from other users. That's totally fine. You can do that, and that's what SimpleAwayIndicator does. So let's go through how it works, how to set one up that's custom, how to make different parts be different materials. That's actually what I do, and you'll learn how. Let's go. Smooth POV. All right, I'm gonna turn off private UI here, and I've got one of the JBot avatars from the Neos Essentials folder in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and inspect it. The reason I've chosen this one is because it's simple. There is one material, and it's easy to show. If you have multiple materials, this is gonna get quite complicated for you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to inspect this robot, and we're going to go to the root here by pushing the big up arrow here. If you're looking for these, by the way, Neos Essentials avatars bots is where they are. We're going to go inside the root node, the centered root here, and we're going to go into male body here. The first thing to note is that if you set up an avatar, normally these should be added by default. They may get confused or misaligned with multiple complex materials or complex meshes, but they should automatically be set up for you. So the first thing to do is look for it. I know that this one has it because I double checked, so that's why we're going there. But if you don't have it or you can't find it, feel free to add one. But do go AFK in a world and ask, someone else, a friend, etc., to see if you go AFK when that occurs, and then you'll be able to sort of figure out what's going on here. So down here you'll see it's here, SimpleAwayIndicator. And you'll see that it has a number of properties. So user is something that will be automatically set up if it exists when you create the avatar, so you don't need to worry about it. If it's not, I'll show you how to set up one up that's custom in just a moment. The away material is the material that it gets set to when you go AFK or away. And the render is the mesh render that is associated with this particular instance of the SimpleAwayIndicator. So as you can see, it only supports one renderer here, and that's why you might see multiple existing. So you'll see here that there's an away material property. The away material property just is a material. So we're going to go ahead and grab that material and turn to the right, and you'll see here that it's just that transparent gray that I talked about. It looks a bit yellow here because the skybox is yellow, but it's just sort of transparent gray, and you'll notice that people look like it pretty regularly. Like if I go ahead and I grab here a material tooltip, I can actually manually set the avatar to it, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead, grab a material tooltip, equip that, drop this material in, and hit them with it. There you go. They look AFK. But we're going to go ahead and undo that material. So let's go ahead and create a new material that will be used when they're AFK. We can do that using just the material tooltip here. I'll link to some material videos in the video description as well. But we can go ahead and do create new, unlit, and we can make it. How about when they go AFK, they turn completely black, We can go ahead and then take that material orb, and we can just go ahead and drop that into the away material here. I'm grabbing it with my right hand, and I'm clicking it with the left hand, and you'll see here, unlit material, unlit. And then now this avatar, because it's simple, when it goes AFK to another world, you'll see that it goes to the black color here. That's how it works. So you can go, and if you can find these in your existing avatar, feel free to change them. A common thing to do is to use a skybox material, etc. I've seen, some space skyboxes, etc. The user's space they've gone, etc. I've also seen, variations on the transparentness. There's what I do, which is a little bit unique, which is my entire body disappears, but not my mask. That just stays there blinking at you ominously. But it's up to you, whatever you want to do. My advice was to make it obvious that you're away, don't make it confusing. The reason this video is occurring is because I want to encourage people to either fix or set this up, because sometimes it gets missed, etc. I've seen avatars where, for example, just their hat, like a hat on their head, changes to the AFK material and the rest of them doesn't. That occurs when there's been a missynchronization in these. So let's see what happens if you want to set it up manually. Let's go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and delete that one. I'm going to go ahead and find it in the material dialog. I actually don't quite remember where it is, but oh, there you go. lucky. So it's in the users folder down here at the bottom. So attach component users and then SimpleAwayIndicator, and you'll see that it's now attached. We then need to specify the material. So drop the material in again, the renderer, so we can actually go grab that from the top here. We just grab the words skinned mesh renderer or mesh renderer. It should work with both. And you can then go ahead and drop that into the renderer here. So now that's all set up. The only other thing that you need to do is make sure that there is a user value assigner. We can usually find those at the head proxy or the root of the avatar. You'll see there's one here, avatar user reference assigner. I usually put them on the head proxy for some reason. That's just what I do. It's because the head proxy is usually more empty than other areas of the body. And I found difficulty when I do it lower on in the hierarchy of a model. So I usually put it at either the root of the avatar, the root node, or somewhere like that. I'll show you how to set it up. We'll use the head proxy here. Just know that you could probably put it somewhere else. It doesn't really matter that much. And I'll talk about what it does as well. So you can find the avatar user reference assigner inside users common avatar system, and it should be here. We're looking for avatar user reference assigner. There it is. You'll see here that it's got references that you can specify. If you can find an existing avatar user reference assigner that's got values in it, that's perfect. You don't have to do much with that. Once you've created one, just go ahead and drag out the area that you've put the SimpleAwayIndicator in again, and scroll to it, and you'll see that there's a user here, user value here. I'm going to go ahead and drag that across to our copy of it down here, and you'll see sync ref on male body here. What this component basically does is when you equip an avatar, it goes through any of these components it can find, and it will set the user that's equipped the avatar to the value that you've got in the references list here. So if I go ahead right now and I go ahead and I equip this avatar, and we go back around, let me just deselect everything here. And we go back around, you'll see now that there is a user property that is filled out here on the user and it's not null. It also will clear it. So if I jump back into my avatar here and I go back to it, you'll now see that it's cleared back to null. That's all that does. With those two things in mind, you've got it. You've got custom away materials. Like I said, if you can find a SimpleAwayIndicator that already exists, please use that one. If you have multiples, they'll fight with each other. I'm not sure of the evaluation order, but basically one will win and the material will look like the one that wins. So go through your hierarchy, find them, destroy them. I can help you with that if you find me in game and, create the material. Once again, do make it look like you're AFK. Don't trick anyone. That's no fun. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.